Good evening. I'd like to call this City Council meeting to order. Are there any public comments related to closed session? I don't have any speaker slips. I don't see anybody in the audience. I don't believe we have anybody on Zoom. Madam City Attorney, what we have in
Thank you.
closed session?
There's two items. The first item is conference with real property negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8. The property in question has an APN of 0292-401-01. It's a vacant parcel. Agency negotiators, City Manager Duggan and Assistant City Manager Boatman. The negotiating party is Terry Tompson, Director of Real Estate Services Department in the County of San Bernardino. And under negotiation are terms of price and payment for possible purchase of property by the city. The last item is conference with real property negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8. The property in question has an APN of 0292-166-08-0000. That is the Grove School. Agency negotiators, City Manager Duggan and Assistant City Manager Boatman. Negotiating parties, Dr. Michelle Sweezy, head of school at the Grove School, and under negotiation in terms of possible property transfer to the Grove School. And I think there is a disclosure by Councilmember Davis on number 2.
Yes, thank you. For closed session item number C2, I will be recusing myself as I own property within 500 feet of the Grove School.
Okay, thank you for that. We stand in recess to closed session. Good evening. I'd like to reconvene the City Council meeting, and I would like to have our City Council member Davis to lead us in the pledge and the invocation.
Good evening, everyone. We gather tonight as neighbors, colleagues, and stewards of the City of Redlands, a community shaped by its history, strengthened by its diversity, and defined by the people who call it home. In a moment when many are feeling uncertainty and strain, may we approach our work with humility, clarity, and compassion. Let us listen thoughtfully, speak respectfully, and govern with integrity. May our decisions reflect the values of Redlands: fairness, service, and care for one another. And may we always remember that our responsibility is not just to policy, but to people. Thank you, and now please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. Next is our closed session report. Madam City Attorney.
For items C1 and C2, there was no reportable action. And for item C2, Councilmember Davis recused herself.
Okay, thank you so much. Next is our public comment. We'll have Yesenia Amaya come on up, and we have a translator. Jorge is going to help translate for you. Come on up to the podium up here. Just so you know, you have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Yes. The Brown Act requires that you double the time.
Okay, so you
to
have.
to allow for the translation.
Thank you.
Le van a dar 6 minutos porque va a ser traducido. Normalmente son 3, pero usted le van a dar 6.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es...
Acércate más, por favor, para que te puedan oír.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Yesenia Amaya. Yo vivo en la avenida Brockton Avenue, aquí en Redlands.
She's here in Brockton. Her name is Yesenia. She lives on Brockton Avenue, and she's here to bring forward an issue.
Estoy pidiendo a la ciudad si por favor pueden poner un stop sign entre la calle Church y la University.
She wants a stop sign between Church and University.
Los carros pasan demasiado rápido en la avenida. Hay niños cruzando la calle, hay personas adultas.
There's children and adults and a lot of cars speeding in that driveway, in that street.
Y los carros no bajan su velocidad.
And the cars don't. They're very fast in the street between Church and University. There's kids and adults that are constantly in danger in that street.
Yo pedí a mis vecinos firmaran la forma para traerla a la ciudad y muchos dijeron que les han chocado totalmente sus carros.
There's been a lot of accidents. Cars have been hit on the street, and her community all signed
Petition.
Yeah, right.
Tengo el vecino de la casa número 934. Él ha puesto una cámara afuera de su casa para grabar todos los carros que están pasando rápido.
Yeah, in address 934, he has a camera, and they've captured multiple cars going really fast and an accident on the video.
Les agradezco mucho que me hayan dado este momento para hablar con ustedes y por favor, yo quiero que tomen en cuenta nuestra petición.
She thanks you for your time, and hopefully you take her petition seriously, as this is a dangerous area.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
A usted.
Thank you.
Next is Bob Scarspacey.
Good evening. I haven't been before you way back when there was.
Go ahead and get a little closer and introduce yourself. And if I mispronounce your name, go ahead and correct my.
This is good?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Last time I was here was 5G, but before that was the crosswalk. You were gonna, as a body, we're gonna take it out. I was the only one that came. Me, my company didn't send anybody, and I came before you, and you had enough good sense to listen to me, and you kept it in. So I come before you today, hoping, my wife said don't come. You've already decided about the traffic light at Cajon and Cypress. I was there 4 years as a crosswalk. There was no accidents on my watch, but I know they've been there. But if they happened, it's because of a slowdown at the stop signs, not to speed up. If you put the light there, you have people, I call them dinglings. They have no sense of, they just rush. So intersection, Kingsbury's there, downtown, and back is Albertson. You have the crosswalk, and people travel speed-wise 1.5 feet per second. So if you're going 50 miles an hour, you're going to travel 75 feet. And if you don't know what that is, pitcher's mound, Dodger Stadium to the plate is 66 inches. So what happens if these people miss time? Crosswalk. They're going to speed up way back. Pardon me. Stand on my line. They're going to speed up, and if they miss time, the poor drivers from the right or left will think, I got a green light. Now, we should look, but if the person's going so fast, and now they come out, and they see them and slam on the brakes to avoid them, the guy in back will hit them and knock them in there anyway, so they get hit on the side. I was a driving instructor for 30 years, so I stayed alive because of the mentality. So the point is, if there's no light, because you'll say, well, we can't control the drivers. Yes, you can. No light, they're not going to run, speed up to run. Stop sign slows them down. What I didn't find out until a couple days ago when I saw ride my bike, what are they doing there? So I called and put in a traffic light. I said, oh my God. Now you're going to have accidents, but they're going to be very serious. And I said to the engineer, Mr. Gomi, if you didn't get the grant money, would you put a light there? No. So you're jeopardizing throwing safety away? You would have found, if I would have given you the money. I would have taken $735,000. So the point is, if you do that, I pray that you're doing something good in your mind. But it was unanimous. I didn't get a chance. I got no thing in the mail or anything. Usually they'll send something if there's an important thing like that. Nothing. So here I am now, coming to you after you're going to already put it there. My thought would be put a double stop sign. Put the stop sign in the center. If somebody says, well, I couldn't see the stop sign because...
Mr. Bob, you can wrap up.
Give me another minute.
You can wrap up your thought.
Yeah.
Your time's up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and wrap up your thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got my hearing aids on.
That's okay.
So put a double stop sign. Center of the street, you put one there, you have the regular one, and people can see it. If somebody says they went through, I didn't see it, if somebody put a light there, they make excuses. So my job is when I go, at least I've come here. I know you're not going to change it, but one on the YouTube, I found one city said, somebody made a point and we're going to cancel it. I'll give you, well, if I die, I'll give you the 73, whatever money. So I've heard, so high speed, your people are going to seriously get hurt. Stop sign, I was there 8, Lagonia 4 in Kingsbury, no accidents. But I've heard of a few. So I pray that you'll use your good judgment, and I hope you have made the right decision.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. God bless you all.
I don't have any other speaker slips. Is there any other public comment from the audience? Yeah, okay, we have one. Come on up. Yeah, come on up to the podium. You can fill that out later and give it to the city clerk, but come on up to the podium. State your name. There's 3 lights there. You have 3 minutes. And the yellow light will let you know you've got, what, 30 seconds, Jeannie?
When I'm start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, my name is Alejandra Pastran, and I live in Brockton Avenue. Sorry, my English is a little bit.
That's okay.
I
Take
can
your
try
time.
it. We are here because it's very bad. The speed cars is terrible. Last time we had laws. It's a dog. Some people say, oh, it's a dog, but it's part of the family, you know. And now it's a dog. What happened is the child. It's very the school is very close, and my neighbors and me, we have 3-4 cars total loss because it's very bad. When the police went to get the papers, when I had the problem with my car, it's very close to he has an accident for somebody. And he say, oh my God, it's very bad, it's terrible. And then sometimes they have, race, and that's not good. And we're here because we want to have stop sign, or I don't know the name for the bumper.
Speed bumps.
Yeah, please. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your
It's
comments.
it's in Colgate and Brockton. It's that section, but yeah, please, it's emergency. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's bring the paper over here.
Church. Yeah, between church and university, there's, university.
No, the university is too far.
Too far. Berkeley.
It's Colgate.
Occidental.
Berkeley.
Yes.
Berkeley, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Yesenia.
We do have an email from someone, so we'll be looking at that corridor.
Thank you. That's all the speaker slips I have. Is there anybody else? No, I don't see anybody on Zoom. Okay, we'll go to our consent calendar. We have a memo here to pull item H5, so we will not be considering H5 at this time.
Make a motion to approve the consent calendar absent H5.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barrich.
Yes.
Councilmember Tejeda.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. Moving on to item I1, which is the annual report of the Parks and Recs Commission, given by Chairman Doug Gonzales.
Good evening, Redlands magistrates. How are you? Everybody's so serious. Hope everybody had an amazing New Year and holiday season. I am Douglas Gonzales, the chair for Parks and Rec, and it's just going to overview of last year's events and appointments. Unfortunately, the first one is commissioner member term update. Vice Chair Justin Weekly is no longer on the commission. His term wasn't due, but he had to step down due to some personal circumstances. So our next meeting, we're gonna vote in a new vice chair. So it would be sad to see him go. He did a lot of great work for the Parks Commission. And then we have a history of native garden initiatives. So we take a look back and established prior to the commission tenure, a lot of petitions to bring back those native gardens in the Redlands because, they're part of the rich history here. So heavily looking into that. Big one is the parks master plan and having to, sit through quite a bit of PowerPoints and statistics on, what's best for the city as far as status priorities and, next steps moving forward, for you guys all to vote on. Pretty extensive, but it looks amazing, and the consultant that was given the opportunity presented did a very good job, so we thank you for that. We also had an Israel Beale tree dedication for recognition and significance. The Leland Sylvester Bain bench dedication. This is in partnership with the Redlands Lawn Bowling Club, so we were happy to do that as well. And something we did, I'm not sure if it was done before, not while I have been here, but a really amazing event, the Texonia Park Community Outreach Event. This is to engage the efforts related to new parks design. So if anybody had a chance to go see that, it was a really amazing event. Lots of free ice cream. And some boards overviews of what the park could look like. But the most important thing is getting community feedback from the citizens who live and go to that park frequently. So that is most important, is to kind of hear what they have to say, needs, wants, desires, et cetera. Again, we can't give everything everybody wants, but it was a good turnout. Lots of questions. And then last but not least, our annual review, scheduling usage and community needs of field allocations for sports, AYSO, RBY, et cetera. Always a thing. There's always new organizations joining, and we do our best to, kind of fit everybody in with the proper field and or allocations that they'd like. That's all I have, pending any questions from any of you.
I don't have any, well, I do have a question, but I want to thank you, your leadership, and for all your commissioners for the hard work and dedication that you do to make sure that our parks are the condition that they are. They do have a number of parks that each of them that they review and go out and physically walk the park, give a park report. We really appreciate that. Hearing the feedback at Texonia was very vital to the community. There were a lot of community members from the surrounding neighborhood, neighbors there that came and participated in that. And I wanted to know, maybe between you and staff, what the timeline is for the Collazo Park Junior All-American or any soccer organized sports going to start out there?
So that was the one, I believe, right, Tabitha, up in near Grove High School or Citrus Valley, yeah.
That's correct, yeah.
So underway, and that is where we're going to move. I believe Junior All-American football is going to be their new home. I want to say it's this upcoming fall. Is that right?
It's potentially spring. We just have to take ownership of the park.
Right.
So it should be on council's agenda soon.
Right, yeah. So no, great. Yeah, that's kind of what we were, I'm glad that we're trying to provide more youth organized sporting areas because it's of great importance that we make sure that our young people have somewhere to go play safely and understand the importance of organized sports.
Absolutely.
And appreciate, again, all your hard work that you have put in as a volunteer in leading the Parks and Rec.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Appreciate that.
much.
Mr.
I'll second that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Paul. We appreciate that. Mr. Tata. Yeah, you and I get it, for sure. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
No, thank you so much.
Fantastic. It's amazing to see all of you. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Great report. Next is item I2, the annual report of the Airport Advisory Board, given by Chairperson Jason Golembeski. Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. It's Golembeski.
Okay.
Solid. I want to first thank all of you for listening to me, and thank you, Mayor, for having me. I am the Jason Golembeski, the chairperson of the Airport Advisory Board. I've had the pleasure of serving for 2 years now in that role, and it's been exceptional. Let me make sure I can figure out my PowerPoint thing here. I had an intro before this, so hopefully it doesn't break. So I'm going to review 2025 in this presentation, then go over 2026 and answer any questions you might have for our board. So here we go. We're a 4-person board, or excuse me, we will be a 5-person board. 4 are currently, seats are currently filled. Myself, Vice Chair Amber Harrison, who I don't think is here, she might have been, but Member Bob Pierce, and then Val Dochkov. I hope I'm saying that right. If he's listening and upset with me, I apologize. I want to go over just some things that we looked at this year. We had a pretty tough time keeping a quorum for our meetings. So honestly, we only had 4 meetings, which is unfortunate, but we want to be transparent. Some changes were made this year, so we'll have another 4 meetings and special meetings as needed, which is great. We're really excited for that format and look forward to having effective communication with the City Council and the community. We did unfortunately lose a member, Mr. Jones, during last year, which is really unfortunate, but he was a great member of our team and really provided some great feedback. So we're sorry for that. This year, in 2025, the west ramp was resealed. In 2024, we were able to reseal the entire runway. This year, we focused on the taxiway, and the west portion of the airport. Next year, this year, I guess, we will use that sealant or seal the east ramp. So you should see some nice black pavement out of the airport if you would like to pass by. During that process, the Compass Rose was covered over on the west side of the airport, and we had a really great team from the Redlands Airport Association that came together with the 99s, which is a historic aviation organization, and they repainted the Compass Rose. And I have a picture in the slides here later to show you. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really makes the airport stand out, so you'll be able to see that as well. And also some other projects. We continued with coyote and wildlife mitigation. We had some issues about 2 years ago starting with coyotes making friends with airplanes and trying to leave little gifts for us. So we were able to mitigate a lot of that, and that continues to this day. We did have a new airport manager come on board last year, and he has been great, kind of picking up the torch where our last airport manager left off, fixing taxiway issues and signage and lighting. So we really appreciate that. I want to recognize Ted. I know he's not here, but Ted Richardson is our new airport manager. And then he also wanted me to add some pictures of some vegetation clearance that they've been doing, just nice pictures of stuff that people are doing out at the airport. So the Redlands Airport Association puts on I'll skip ahead. They do the Stuff a Plane event, and they basically take a bunch of businesses throughout the community, and they have like boxes in their lobby, and you're able to add gifts to it. And it's a really neat thing they do every December to get a bunch of toys and give to charity at the end of the year and give to kids and give back. So the airport hosts that event, and then also has a bin there as well. And then also Plain or Treat, which sounds kind of odd. Some of you might have been to that event, but it's a dentist's dream with tons of candy being given out and lots of aviation themed stuff going on. So I wanted to recognize that event as well. We should have it this year, I'd imagine, as well. I don't know, Tabitha, if you have the insight, but I would imagine, yeah. As far as airport operations, like I said, we welcomed a new airport manager. Airport business seems to be thriving. There's Grove Aviation Services on the eastbound side of the airport. There's fire helicopter operations all over the place. That being said, last year the airport continued to be an exceptional cornerstone of the fire community helicopter operations, and we had significantly fewer events, which is great. But I'm glad to see our airports there to support that need if it comes up. And then a couple other things I wanted to bring to your attention. There's some chatter about some airspace changes in our area, and that's really what our board we focus on a lot, is that kind of communication. So we're going to be looking in 2026 at anything that comes up with airspace changes. There's some talk about potentially changing. Earlier in last year that San Bernardino could become we could become part of that airspace, and that didn't come to fruition at all. And it's just we're gonna keep in mind safety at our airport and have the community's interest at heart, and that's really what we're there to do, is to communicate that to you all. And then I wanted to thank Member Shaw for drafting a letter. We had a submittal of an RCO. We had a problem with it's a radio system at Redlands that's unique to us, and I wanted to tell you we appreciated you drafting a letter and signing it on the behalf. I don't know if it was on behalf of council or what, but to try and keep this radio beacon at our airport, and it worked. So they canceled that cancellation program, and we are continuing to have it. So there you go. A couple more things, and I'll end it. almost 44,000 operations, almost 14,000 landings, and as far as I know, we only had a couple incidents, not anything huge, not any huge safety issues, but that is all brought up at our meetings if anyone can attend. So yeah, mostly general aviation flying, mostly Cessna 172 flying, so a lot of high wing little airplanes. You'll see a lot of those. If you take a look, this is plane retreat. This is the footprint. This is the airport lobby in the middle on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side is kind of down on the ground looking at some of the hordes of visitors consuming candy. Hopefully their parents are watching what they're getting there. Not too much, I suppose. But yeah, it's a great event. Really appreciate that we're able to put it on. And yeah, the next one. This is Stuff a Plane. This is, they changed the aircraft this year to a T-28 Trojan. And like I said, it's kind of the same footprint, but they gather all these gifts and give them off. I think it's Salvation Army they hand them off to, which is pretty neat. This is on the right, the newly sealed west ramp with a big heavy helicopter sitting there. And then this is from above on the left-hand side. I know it's kind of hard to see, but this is a drone photo looking down at the new compass rose, which is just really, it pops. It looks great. So,
Jason, for the benefit of the council, can you explain what a compass rose is used for?
Absolutely. And I'm sorry, I should have mentioned, I am a pilot. Usually pilots say that first. That's how I should have introduced myself. But the compass rose is it's extremely important in general aviation and for any aviation, but mainly smaller aircraft use it to align their compass. So this is aligned with magnetic north, and then it's painted beyond that. So an aircraft can come, to the south section of this or right in the middle of it. A lot of airplanes choose to do that and check that their wet compass, or whiskey compass as it used to be called, is correctly aligned and adjust navigation so they're more accurate and, stay in the air and come to the ground when wanted. So yeah, thank you. Okay. There's some of the vegetation clearance that Ted had me add, which looks beautiful. I think it's the Conservation Corps that helped do this project, and I think that's supposed to continue this year as well. These are some of we talked about a little bit of proposed airspace change, and at this moment, the only proposed change, and this hasn't gone through at all with any of the the FAA at all, anything like that, but this is what they had talked about, moving San Bernardino airspace up to 3,700, and then the green sections just would be class Echo instead of class Golf, meaning they'd have a little more towered operation if need be, which would just be safer. So, so far that's the only thing that's proposed, but that was early last year, and we haven't heard anything really about that. So, yeah, I wanted to bring that to your attention as well. Coming up this year, like I said, we've got our new changes to how many people are on the board, which is great. We can keep a quorum, which is going to be awesome. We can propose the special meetings as needed with anybody. We're going to continue to look at any projects that come up with the airport, and really anything that we think you should know, we'll bring it to your attention. Myself or any of our members will come up and speak with you. So just continued involvement in the community and listening, being the ear of the airport and Redlands. So any questions?
No questions for me, but I want to thank you and your commissioners for the great work and the expertise that you bring to the table. We really appreciate it. Those of us that don't have an opportunity to understand, learn what our airport, the value of our airport to the greater community, we certainly appreciate all the work that you do. I think I was out there for the Halloween thing, and that was great. It was well attended,
yes.
Maybe over attended, but we'll have to take a look at that. But I mean, it's great that people show interest and bring their kids to go see what is available, what is offered out there, and the opportunity for maybe young aviators, young pilots to be able to engage in that type of a career. So we really appreciate all the work that you do. So thank you from on behalf of me.
Thank you very much.
And I'll echo that, just thanks to you and to the other folks that are involved with the board, but also with the Redlands Airport Association, particularly Ted and Wayne and the folks that are doing a lot of the day-to-day stuff out there to kind of keep tabs on things. And then, as you mentioned, Ted Richardson he's been great. He's been a really kind of a breath of fresh air to start moving things forward in the airport.
Yeah.
I think he's been excellent as far as listening to your input and listening to the folks that are on the field every day. and he's really made a difference, and I think people appreciate that. So kudos, Tabitha, to you and your team for that. I know Don was part of that while he was still here, and now that's transitioned, but they've done a really good job. So thank you.
Ted's been amazing. I'll pass that along.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, next on our agenda is new business. This is J1. This is a discussion and possible action relating to the formation of and appointments to a city council ad hoc subcommittee to develop license agreements with the Redlands Historical Museum Association for the Redlands Museum of Redlands. Assistant City Manager Boatman.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Last June, the council approved a transfer agreement with RHMA, effectively transferring the Museum of Redlands into city ownership. One of the clauses of that transfer agreement provides that the city will create an agreement between the city and RHMA to facilitate their continued involvement at the museum, specifically in the area of the store and the event plaza in the back. So at this point, we've already started the process of working through the nuances of that agreement, and we're recommending that the council consider for the formation of an ad hoc committee to work with staff and provide policy level input as we work through the remainder of the terms and prepare a draft to bring back to the council as a whole to vote on. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
Okay. I would like to recommend Councilmember Davis and Councilmember Barrett to this ad hoc committee if you're amenable to that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Then I move to approve the formation of an ad hoc city council subcommittee to work with city staff to develop a license agreement for Redlands Historical Museum Association ongoing role at the Museum of Redlands, which will automatically dissolve without further action by the city council upon council consideration of the proposed agreement. And I move to appoint Councilmember Davis and Councilmember Barrett to serve as ad hoc Museum of Redlands subcommittee.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any other further discussion? Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barrett.
Yes.
Councilmember Tejeda.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. Moving on to item J2, this is a consideration of a purchase of a landfill gas LFG blower, skid, and flare for the California Street Landfill and Wastewater Treatment Plant in the amount not to exceed $961,500, and determine that the approval of the purchase is exempt from the environmental review pursuant to Section 15061B3 of the state guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act. Facilities and Community Services Director Crocker.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. The landfill's current flare system is over 25 years old, and it's reached the end of its useful life. It no longer meets updated federal and regional air quality regulations. The proposed replacement, it's a modern, ultra-low emissions flare designed to safely handle both the landfill gas and the wastewater digester gas while meeting all regulatory standards. Staff put out an RFP for this, and staff is recommending awarding a contract to John Zink Company, LLC. Project completion is expected within 26 to 52 weeks and will ensure regulatory compliance, safety, and long-term operational reliability. And I'm available for any questions.
If there aren't any questions or comments, I would like to thank the Director Crocker for putting this up on and getting it updated, our flaring system out there at the landfill and being regulatory compliant. I think it's very vital to that operation out there, so I want to thank you for bringing this to our attention.
There's no comments. I'll make a motion. I move that the City Council determine that approval of this purchase is exempt from environmental review pursuant to Section 15061B3 of the state's guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act. And I move to approve the purchase of a landfill gas blower, skid, and flare for the California Street Landfill and Wastewater Treatment Plant in an amount not to exceed $961,500.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barrett.
Yes.
Councilmember Tejeda.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. Moving on to item J3, consideration of an agreement with VVC of California, LLC, DBA Pet Hospital of Redlands, plus urgent care to provide veterinary services and medical supplies to the Redlands Animal Services Division for a 3-year term of an amount not to exceed $774,156. Community and Facility Services Department Director Crocker.
Thank you again. Veterinarian services are essential to ensure the daily care, well-being, and overall health of the animals housed at the city's facility. And this is an agreement for veterinarian services for the city's animal shelter. Staff issued an RFP for services and received one proposal, and this is from VVC of California. Services and medical supplies to be provided by VVC is to the sheltered animals, and it's listed in the agreement. And again, I'm available for any questions.
Are there any questions for staff? No, I don't see any, hear any. What's the wish of the council? I move to determine that the approval of the veterinary services agreement is exempt from the environmental review pursuant to section 15061B3 of the state guidelines implementing the California Environmental Quality Act, and the activity will not have significant effect on the environment, and I move to approve an agreement with VVC of California, LLC, DBA, Pet Hospital of Redlands, plus Urgent Care to provide veterinary services, medical supplies to the Redlands Animal Services Division for the amount not to exceed $774,156.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Madam City Clerk?
Councilmember Barrett.
Yes.
Councilmember Tejeda.
Yes.
Councilmember Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Shaw.
Yes.
Mayor Saucedo.
Yes. Thank you. Moving on to item K1. This is an individual council member report on activities for December 2025. We have those already printed up from Mayor Pro Tem Shaw. You have those, and we'll start with Councilmember Tejeda.
Fairly easy. I only had one activity that I can think of. And on my calendar is a meeting introduction with representatives of Amazon. I think they met with probably almost all of us on the council. I was probably the last one that they met with. So just an introductory meeting to know their public relations team and, go from there.
Councilmember Davis, got you. You're drinking. Sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. Looking back, there was a Girl Scout event that I attended at the fire station. So thank you to the fire department for hosting the Girl Scouts. Beyond that, we were so honored to have Chief Tolber speak to the Redlands Youth Council. Thank you, Chief. I also attended our first meeting of the Food Security Task Force. So thank you, city staff, for putting that together. I think people are feeling very optimistic about that, looking forward to making progress in that arena. I spoke at an opening of an exhibit at the Civil Rights Institute last week in Riverside. I also attended over the weekend an interfaith Shabbat at Congregation Emmanuel.
Councilmember Barrett.
Excuse me, I attended the library board meeting. Of course, the main topic is when are we going to open the museum, and that's somewhat still up in the air, but we're encouraged that we'll get there. I know I want to thank staff. I think it's really has turned out pretty well, and you kind of a lot of times we're stuck between a rock and a hard spot, getting the right equipment. But it looks like we're hoping to have it open by maybe summer if we're lucky. Anyway, so I want to again thank the city staff. As you well know, we get asked that a lot, when it's going to open. So I'm encouraged that we're, like I said, sometime this year, but probably we're looking at, I'm being told around June, maybe no later in June, we'll see. But anyway, that's it.
Thank you. And I have attended some of the same Christmas events, holiday events that Mayor Pro Tem Shaw attended. The Blue Christmas, the Heroes and Helpers, the Burge Mansion, and just as this year, attended the first San Bernardino County Transportation Authority Board. I attended a broker's opening house for the North Palisades project. I also was there in attendance with Councilmember Davis and the Emmanuel Shabbat. And just most recently, yesterday, I believe was the day. Yesterday, yes, it was MLK Youth Camp at the Village, Second Baptist, and it was a great education piece for from the elementary to middle school to high school, with food and singing and dancing. So it was a great event to be at that event yesterday, and that concludes my report. So, if there's not anything else, we stand adjourned to our next regular council meeting, February the 3rd, 2026. Thank you so much for your attendance.
Spoiled by